What's up, you guys? It is the As a Man podcast final episode, and we have probably one of the most special guests you'll probably ever see on this podcast. And Dad.
Yes.
Yes, this is my dad, Sifu Stephen Chin. All right. And upon the other episodes, because an As a Man podcast, today we're going to talk about fatherhood today. And my dad is the one that raised me, and I believe that it's because of him. He made me the man I am today. So I guess start like your intentions when you knew you were going to have a son. Did you already know that you were going to?
Yeah. I know from 1973.
Explain that.
Because that's the year Bruce Lee died.
Yeah. So I guess.
So I know I was going to have a son and I was going to name him Bruce.
Yes, the secret is out. Yeah.
So 33 years later, I had a son and I named him Bruce.
And yeah, and he, okay.
33 when I was 30, yeah. That
That's
are 20 years
so,
later.
Like, full circle.
Yeah.
Because I just turned 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're born 93. So 20 years before you're born, you were already there.
Yeah. So is it that for everybody is like, so your intention was to do what? And turn me into the next Bruce Lee?
No.
Or?
Bruce Lee is and still is my idol and who I look up to as one of the historical figures. And yes, so I name you after who I like. Other people do their thing. Them name them up people after Bible figures and all sort of thing. I name you after a martial artist who I consider supreme martial artist.
And the fact is, martial arts is...
martial arts is life, and life is martial arts.
It is one of the main... is one of my main growing in discipline to term as disciplined as I am. It was because of like what you taught me. See, the thing is, I was training since I could walk. I could train when I was 2. I was seeing my dad on the stage wielding a spear, a trident, a staff. I've grown up seeing him train in class, and I wanted to be like my dad. I thought my dad was like the coolest person. And
the cool dad.
You still are the cool dad. You still are the cool dad in many ways, and I really just thank you for a lot of what you taught me, and a lot of and that's something that and the thing is when people come into the gym and they find that we are probably the most affectionate father and son that you'd ever meet. Is it that like I don't know, like you tell me stories sometimes of like when I was growing up and then mom and I was in the crib, but you're the one like going into the crib to come and
take you out because you're there bawling in the crib and your mother said leave him, make him cry, and he stop crying. I said no man, and she don't mean it in a bad way.
No.
But I just pick you up,
just
walk around with you for about an hour or 2 till you stop crying and put you back down, and then that's it.
Yeah,
the training wasn't just to train alone and go and do these things and spar or fight or whatever. It was for another side. That's why we have 2 sides. We have a yin side and a yang side. And you have to know how to move between the 2. They all exist in the same circle. And in one half, you have a little bit of the other. And in the other big half, you have a little bit of the other. So you have to learn to move between yin and yang constantly. Either you're blocking and striking, or dodging and weaving, and striking, or whatever it is. In life, in life, you apply these things constantly, all of the time. You're never off. From your take up martial arts, you're never off.
As much as I'm kind of
always switched on.
As much as I'm kind of like, Daddy, come to man, like, but is like I appreciate that. I know that I can come to my father and hug him any time that I want. Hug my father, kiss my father any single time, any time. But there's a lot of boys where them father don't hug them, them father don't kiss them. Them like
that is how they do their thing. I choose my way. Why? And we all can choose to be who we are. I choose to hug you and kiss you because it makes you feel good, it makes me feel good. And at that time, we're punching, kicking, running, whatever it is that we are doing. So you're moving from yin to yang constantly.
So, but like even the training that I used, like you used to make me train. So it wasn't just like, I mean, you took me to every single parish in the country. You took me to every single beach to the point where I even know, like when I go in I was like, yeah, I've been there already. He sent me to every single party, even at a young age, go back and I'll go carnival from like 13, 14
Yeah.
years old. But training itself was a big part of us, of just my upbringing and my childhood. So,
All right.
yeah.
You see, the thing to take you to these places was to make you see how to operate in these places, because there's going to come a time when you want the car keys and I won't be going with you. So when you go to a all white, or you go to a carnival, or you go to the beach, you know how to operate because we were already there operating.
Right.
So by the time you're 16, 17, and I am not there, you know how to be. You don't go there and be like a damn fool, like when I go out and see the other fools fight in the parking lot or get stupid inside our restaurant. You don't act like that. You know how to behave.
I remember you always saying you need to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, and constantly, head on a swivel, all the time.
Yeah, because I was always conscious to know that if I went out with my friends, I can't see my friend go get drunk and then me go drink. Cause you never grow me for drink, you never grow me for drink, you never grow me for smoke.
Oh no.
Or any of them something there.
Always alert, always conscious.
Yeah, because
always paying attention.
Because because even now, like though, like with Kali and I'm there and I'm still those lessons still ringing back in my head, looking around, like. You know, and she's like, so why are you looking around all over the place? I'm like saying, so you don't see the man in the red shirt over there with the cap over there, so you don't see the woman like right there with the stripe. You don't see anything.
I tell people who are trained the same thing. You're walking down a sidewalk. Why is he coming off the sidewalk when you are approaching him? No. But that is not acceptable.
Right.
So guess what? You walk and you pass him, the person do attack you, the person do approach you. Okay, fine. So he actually wanted to only get off the sidewalk. But if it was that, then you're ready. You have to be bladed all the time.
And
all the time.
I remember just even growing up with those disciplines, it's not just training, like you said, it's not just the affection, it's not just the making sure that I have a good time and learn how to operate in spaces, but also teaching me about financial wisdom. Like you showed me like the richest man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
And just, you would always come in and say, Bruce, you need to learn this, you need to know. You like, even though we're just wire transferring now, you still took me to the bank and you showed me how to fill out a check and said, this is how you lodge a check, this is how you have your money, this is where you put, this is the line you stand in.
Yep.
You know, so like that. And also, nutrition as well, because I remember you say you didn't want a fat kid.
Oh no! I've seen parents with fat children, and I never like it. And I personally know people who have fat children, and a friend of mine live abroad, and he didn't like it either because he was always into heavy duty training. But the boy grew with his mom, so by the time the boy came to him, the boy was a fat kid. And I say, you are growing with me, you're not growing with no mom. And you will not be a fat kid. So I make sure. Yeah. I make sure from birth.
Because he used to buy me the snacks, and then one day he was like, yeah, you're not eating this anymore.
So I saw a documentary on, I don't know, TLC, one of those places, and it was carb-addicted children, and these children probably couldn't even go through a doorway, couldn't tie them on shoelace, just too goddamn fat and big. So guess what? You weren't going to be that person. I was raising you mostly by myself. And you just had to be who I wanted you to be until you can choose for yourself.
Yeah, so, and then in school, you never drove me for cause, no trouble, broke no fight, none of them something there. But I'd get in trouble at school sometimes.
Well, no, you just that one day where you get in trouble from kindergarten, you know. Because you remember your Fujiao, your tiger claw, that boy.
Explain to them what the tiger claw is.
I know, a palm strike, Fujiao.
I ripped the boy's face off in high school.
That was from kindergarten. I don't remember. I think that was over a toy. That was over a toy that you wanted and he didn't want you to have it or something like that. I don't know how that one went, but that was it. But I remember picking you up from, must be prep school. And I couldn't find you, and I sat in the car waiting and couldn't find you. So when I go inside the schoolyard and start looking for you outside the principal's door. You hear that, Mr. Chin? Bruce was in a fight today, you know. I said, boys will be boys, you know. Miss boys will be boys. Well, you fight after school. There were fights after school when I was at high school. There were always fights after school. So, it's what it is. It is just what it is.
I think that was the day that I started to get McDonald's more often.
All I had to say was,
Here's your reward
you
for
win?
beating up that kid at school.
Yeah, you win? Yes, Dad, I won. Okay, good, let's go. That was good enough. I don't think you fight since that, except when I'm trying to grab your bag on the road. Remember that boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a good thing.
But I mean,
Every male child must learn to fight. Every male. If a female want to jump in, jump right in. 90% of my students who I train were females. All who stayed could do well. If you only come for a month or even 6 months, 8 months a year, but if you stayed for a year and a half, 2 years, yeah, man, you're good.
Lethal.
Yeah, man.
And I mean,
Yeah,
a bunch of them
you
did
can
get
take
into
care of
fights
yourself,
and win. The females did.
The few people who I know from here who street fight, they haven't lost the street fights. They won the street fights, so that's good. That's good.
You would always say it's better to be tried by 12 than to be carried by 6.
Yeah, better to be tried by 12 to be carried by 6. Yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but one day you're going to be a grandpa.
No, yeah.
And I mean, if there's any, when I do eventually.
Your turn to teach.
Yeah, when I eventually have your lessons, will be a legacy that I carry on to my children.
You pass them on.
Yeah. Yeah,
man.
But I mean, that's it for the As a Man podcast. That's my dad, Sifu Stephen Chin. He teaches kickboxing right here. Contact him. I can put his contact info in the description. Contact him if you want to also learn kickboxing. I'm not the only trainer here. He also trains people as well. Times are flexible. Thank you, Tadwater, for sponsoring this episode. Right? Tadwater sponsoring this episode. We'll see you next time on the As a Man podcast. That's it for season 2.